Welcome to Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I have the head of global product marketing from Ingram Micro here, Locke Truong. Welcome.
Thank you.
So glad to have you here. Thanks for flying in to
I'm
be here.
excited to be here. Thank you for picking me up. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. So, Locke, you joined Ingram Micro a year and a half ago, and you've made such a big difference for them in the digital marketing strategy that you've implemented. I'd love to have you talk more about that.
Sure. Wow, we dive right in.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I joined Ingram back in September 2017. When I joined, so Ingram Micro, just to set some context, Ingram Micro is a 40, they're going to reach their 40-year anniversary this year,
Mm-hmm.
so they're a very established company. They are the largest IT wholesale distributor.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at their digital presence, you can kind of tell that they're a 40-year-old company and that they're in the distribution space.
Mm-hmm.
When I did my research with them, I saw opportunities to really improve that digital experience, and my career was born in digital. I started back in '99, so I've got a bit of digital expertise under my belt. So when I joined, I was part of the product marketing team, but I saw an opportunity to really up-level our digital kind of experience with our partners. And so I told my boss, hey, I'd love to just put together a strategy on how we can better present ourselves. We talk, it's ironic because when we talk to our partners, our resellers, our ISVs, our service providers, we talk about this concept of digital transformation because our part of the business, we sell cloud products, and so we sort of guide them and train them and educate them about digital transformation, and I felt like we really needed to act the part. And so I put together kind of a strategy around how we can get there. It was a three-pronged strategy. It consisted of our marketing website, our cloud marketplace. That's where our resellers transact. And there was a third piece, which was at that time a partner hub. It's really a repository for where resellers would gain access to tools, education, sales enablement to learn, present, and close opportunities. Okay. And so that was sort of the strategy, and so we were able to accomplish the first part, the marketing website, last year at our Cloud Summit, which is our annual event. We launched it there. Now it's global. All of our 23 cloud marketplaces are leveraging it.
And how big is your customer base, meaning the partners that you support?
So Ingram Micro as a whole is over 200,000. For the cloud business, it's about 50,000 resellers that's transacting through our cloud marketplace. So it's a pretty large base of partners that we have to support. And so that's why, for me, it was important not only to really build a new front door, a digital front door for our partners to learn and access. And the marketing website was a way to attract new resellers to come aboard and join our ecosystem. But once they're on board, we didn't really have a centralized way to help them be successful. And so this concept of this hub where we would arm them with product playbooks, solution playbooks, videos, demos, presentations, sales sheet. That was important, and so next week we're gonna announce it and unveil it, and we're pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be a game changer.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think that's a tremendous value by providing the resellers, who are mostly small businesses, the tools for sales, collateral, personalized with their own logo, be able to do campaigns and track all of that, right? Yep. Their own CRM tool and marketing automation tools that the big players tend to have in-house.
Yeah, so that's part of the goal, and that's part of the reason why we developed it. We based on our conversations with both resellers and ISVs, we know that look, for the larger guys, they're pretty equipped. They don't really need that much help. They've got the big budgets, and so they're leveraging those budgets to build their own portal for the sales enablement, or they're using they've got a whole marketing team. This is really for the small to medium guys. It's get them on par and help them really get notice and have visibility in our marketplace, because they're small fish in a big pond. And so this is really a way for smaller ISVs to get a bit of prominence within our cloud marketplace, because it is, we call it the infinite ecosystem. So it is constantly growing and expanding. And then for the resellers, a lot of it's the 80-20 rule, and so the 20% they're good, but the 80% of resellers, they're much smaller. It's it's a mom and pop shop. There's 3 to 4 employees, and so they don't have the same type of resources to train their sales staff or to market themselves. And so this is really a way to provide easier access and consistent and standardized content as well. I think that was one of the things that we heard that was critical to the requirements that we developed. The hub is consistent content across all of the product playbooks. Every vendor or every product will have the same type of assets that's available, and it looks and feel the same. And like you said, they can customize it, brand it, put their own logo on it. It feels like it's coming from them. So they can take 3 or 4 different products, put it, print it out, put it together, and it feels like it's their own little brochure that they can share with their customers.
It's very convenient because they have a one-stop shop to come in, do all the marketing campaigns, and then be able to do the transaction of purchasing a huge portfolio of products from your distribution service.
That's correct.
But is this a free service you're offering?
It is free as long as they're transacting. Okay. So I think that was critical. When I joined, one of the sort of the changes that I made as it relates to product marketing was we were a bit more focused on products themselves and not the customer. It's pretty obvious. You have to make sure that you understand the needs, the challenges, the requirements that customers have to be successful. And so, we've sort of evolved and changed to really think about what the customer needs are. And so this is a tool that is invaluable to resellers. And so, we didn't think it made sense to try to make a couple of $100 here and there for them to be successful. And so we made the business decision, hey, let's give it to them for free as long as they're active and transacting in our cloud marketplace. And so yeah, I think, as of right now,
huge value to them, I'm sure.
Yes.
I think that the IT business used to be a lot of hardware, a lot of on-prem, solutions, whereas now even hardware is becoming a software play, right? So
serverless. Serverless.
Yes. Yep. So there's a shift in how IT is being purchased, being consumed, and so the way you want to do the distribution and reselling of that is also changing.
Yeah, it's that's one of the things that my boss is really pushing on us. It's this digitized or digital way of working with Ingram, from signing up with us on our new website, from the onboarding of either a reseller or vendor, and really enabling them with the digital tools for them to be successful. Again, whether you're a reseller or vendor. I think the other aspect that I didn't mention, so all of the content that's being developed is being developed by the vendors that are coming on board. So there's kind of 2 pieces to the pie. So for the resellers, they get access to all of this great content, and for the vendors that are coming on board, they're creating that content. Yes. So we kind of remove ourselves from the equation of having to create that content. Yes. We're not the experts on these products. Right. It's the vendors that are, and so we've developed tools and guided wizards for them to create these sales guides, sales sheets, and putting their videos and demos and uploading logos and screenshots. So it's a really convenient way for ISVs to create these, not just playbooks, but marketing campaigns as well. So they can create landing pages, emails, ad banners. This is all pretty pretty simple and easy to use for them to just copy and paste, and then it just gets automatically published and available to the resellers.
One of the challenges that I hear a lot on the marketing front, the product marketing, is to keep it up with the agile DevOps team.
Okay.
So that means that the content constantly is being updated, new releases, new feature, new function, and all that. How will you keep the content fresh, updated, when you have so many products there?
That's a great question. Short answer, it's up to the vendors to keep it updated. I think we're going to remove ourselves from the equation. It's their content. We will monitor the content to make sure that it's still quality and up to date. So we will remind the vendors that, hey, let's make sure that you've got the latest and greatest, because at the end of the day, if it's not, the resellers aren't going to use it.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you've got quality content. The other thing that we're doing is within the hub, there's going to be a sort of a mini blog, a blog section within there where we're going to post not only our own news, but we're going to allow the vendors to post updates on their products.
Okay.
This was something that we heard from one of our user sessions with ISVs. One of their biggest challenges with trying to maintain and manage their customers is the fact that the customers actually know more than the resellers, and so they would get these calls about these new features that are being launched, and the reseller would be on the phone going, "Okay, I'm going to have to get back to you. I was not aware." And so what we're going to do is we're going to make it easier for the vendors to be able to post updates if there's a new release for Office 365 or Dropbox or DocuSign. So we're going to allow them to, when they're communicating to their own base, they'll also be able to communicate within the hub as well, because there's a large number of resellers that's selling their products, and so it's good for them to have that same information.
Okay, so all of this is going to become available to the partners, resellers. When is this?
This is going to be next week at our Cloud Summit.
Okay,
X.
excellent. So you are also expanding the team. You're looking to hire a few more headcounts.
Yes,
right?
we are. So if you're interested,
that.
please let us know. Like I said, I joined about 1.5 years ago. Our team was really 3 people at that time, and so we've quadrupled since then. I think we've made a lot of significant progress in terms of where we're responsible for. So it's messaging, content, and enablement. And so we've been able to make, really show significant progress around that. And so we've got 3 open heads that we're trying to fill. They're senior PMM roles, so
and
senior product marketing roles.
You're in Irvine.
I am in Irvine,
Okay.
but we've
Irvine,
got offices
California.
all around. So we've got offices in Buffalo, we've got offices in Dallas, we've got offices in Miami, we've got worldwide.
Okay.
So I'm actually hiring one of the roles. I'm actually hiring in Barcelona.
Excellent.
Yeah. We've got a lot of openings on our team. There's 3 now, but a few more is going to be available, and you can find them on ingrammicrocloud.com on our career site.
Okay.
Sorry for the plug. I
No
thought that was an
problem.
opportunity for me to promote.
Well, I hope that we can attract some folks for you.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm very glad to have you on the show because I know that similar to my background, you came from Vietnam as a refugee and coming to America, and you're now an executive on the Ingram Micro Ingram team. So that's quite an achievement.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm like I said, I've had a lot of good experience, and I think there was just a turning point here at Ingram Micro where it just clicked for me, and things are going extremely well, and I'm happy where I am. I love what I do. I think that's the big difference. There's never a day where I come to work and I'm looking at the clock. It's more like I look at the clock and I go, I can't believe it's already lunchtime. I can't believe it's already end of the day. I can't believe it's already Thursday.
Then you're blessed.
Nice.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm so happy and privileged to have a job that I love working in, and the company and the people that I work with.
And you're being recognized, so that's really important. We talk about diversity and inclusion a lot, and so it's great to see representation of other ethnic groups. One of the things I want to touch is that I think you had a mentor, right?
I did.
And mentorship is actually very important in career advancement. So talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I've actually had several mentors. My third job with Yahoo, I had, at the time he was a director, I was a marketing manager, John Kim. He's now CEO or president of HomeAway. He was just one of the most brilliant person that I had to interact with. Just not brilliant in an arrogant way, but brilliant in a very humble way. And so that's why I really appreciated that. It was, he was very patient. He worked with you. I was able to not only get coaching from him, but also just observe. I think, a lot of learning can come through osmosis, where when you're interacting or when you're sort of working with people, you can kind of just observe how they are and start kind of adopting to the way that they think or do or put together strategies. And so that was really my first taste of having somebody that I really looked up to, and so I've continued to reach out to him on a periodic basis, just to kind of check in and make sure that that we're still keeping in touch. But yeah, no, I think it was important, and after John, I think there's been several others that I've always made a point of, the relationship with yourself and a manager is critical. I mean, they control your success, your sort of livelihood at the company, and so if you're in a situation where there's disagreements or you're just not aligned, you figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
So I've had instances where I didn't get along with the boss immediately, but then we were able to smooth it out, and there were situations where we were just opposite people, and I knew that it was probably not a good position for me,
right.
and I explored other other opportunities. But yeah, I think having a mentor is very critical, and I've been very lucky to have a few in my career.
And do you initiate that relationship, or how does it come about having a mentor?
I don't recall whether I initiated or he initiated. I think I just kind of, I probably did. I probably just kind of just kind of tacked myself on him and said, hey, you know what, I'm just going to try to learn. I'm just going to learn as much as I can from you. But it wasn't anything formal where I said, oh, I want you to be my mentor.
Yes, yeah. No, so do you then mentor others now that you have?
I try to. I try to, with my own team. It's been a bit challenging because I do get a bit hands-on with the projects. I'm trying to kind of peel myself off and really mentor them. But with the recent launch, it's been challenging, and so I'm still trying to figure out how do I kind of pay it back or pay it forward.
Yes.
And so yes, there's. With my immediate team, and coincidentally, there's been a couple of product marketers within Orange County that's actually reached out to me, and I've had coffee with them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I guess there are challenges in high growth and scaling. You're now working on all these projects, and you've got openings to recruit more.
That should hopefully help with me.
And also this hands-on.
That's something else I have to learn. It's being able to kind of provide the direction and then let the team lead and execute.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So what's exciting ahead this year for you? I know this launch is actually very exciting.
Yes. The launch is not going to end. So what we're first releasing is just a first iteration of the features and capabilities. There's a long list of other functionality that we want to enable. So this isn't a project where I'm just going to launch and kind of walk away.
Right.
That's what I did with the website, but this one is a little bit different. I think there's so much more that we can do to really help our resellers, and so this is going to be sort of a continued effort. I think where we started with our, really refining our digital experience, just holistically, that's an area that we're going to invest in as well. Right now, it's still a bit fragmented in terms of from our website to the different partner experiences. We really want to start bridging those together. So that's something that's going to be critical as well. And so we'll be working with the various team to kind of collectively and jointly put together a plan for how we have a very consistent user flow and user journey as they're working with Ingram Micro. Right now it's still a little bit disparate. We hope to really make vast improvements by the end of this year. The hub is just one component of it. There's other parts of the digital experience that I don't technically own, but I'm going to work with those sort of the technology or business owners to make sure that we're working together and that there's a clean handoff from one site to another site.
Okay. Well, this has been a great discussion, and thank you so much for flying in and being here.
I appreciate it.
It's exciting what you're rolling out for the customers and the ISVs, right, that you're working with, and there's more to come. This is just like the beginning. There's a lot more tools that you're going to offer. So we look forward to seeing a lot more developments from you. So thank you very much for being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you. This has been very fun and enjoyable.
There you have it. Take it up with Jessica Lee, Locke Truong, who is the head of global product marketing from Ingram Micro.